Welcome back, Undertakers. In today's video we're going to be making some salmon on the smoker. I've got a 3-pound piece of salmon here. I've got my smoker set to 350. Now that could be your smoker, your gas grill, your charcoal grill, your oven, whatever you want to use. As long as you get to that temperature of around 350, you're good to go. And we don't even need a thermometer for this. We don't have to take the temperature of the fish. Once it cooks around, 20 to 30 minutes, it's hard to say, it depends on your cooker and your piece of fish. But when the fish gets flaky, it's done. And I'll show you that when we get to that point. It's real easy. Now with our fish, I'm going to add some avocado oil. Now this is flavored with lemon. So if you don't have this, which I normally don't, just any good olive oil on here is going to work. A little salt and pepper. I use dill on my fish also. Now when I bought the fish at the store the other day, they didn't have any fresh dill, which was sort of a bummer. But I do keep a jar of freeze-dried dill here. And it works pretty well. The flavor is pretty decent with it, so it works. And then I've got a couple lemons. And that's it. So it's pretty simple. We're not using any wood planks today. I'm not going to make it glazed. I'm not going to do anything fancy because a lot of people don't have that kind of stuff. So today is just going to be sort of a simple, just a little bit of dill lemon salmon. But it's really good and it doesn't take long to make. So let me show you how to do it. Alright, now the first thing you want to do with this fish before we start adding anything to it is just take a nice look at it. And if you see anything like here's just an extra piece of meat with actually has a bone on it, so pull that out. And if you see any little dark flakes, those are most likely just little pieces of scale that got on there. So you just take a little paper towel and just wipe those right off like that, nothing to it. Now the next thing you want to do is just take your hand and you want to run it up and down the fish through here. And you're just looking for some bones. Now this fish, the store deboned it for me, but sometimes they miss one, so just kind of double check and just kind of feel right around through there, right down through these little areas right there. Because the last thing you want to do for you or your guest is to have somebody sitting there eating a piece of fish and get a big bone stuck in their mouth. So once you're double checked to make sure the bones are all good and everything's cleaned off, the first thing we're going to do is put down some oil so that everything else we put on it will stick to it. And it doesn't take a lot, just a nice little drizzle like that, and just move it around, massage it right on there. Alright, clean hands, no oil and fish juice on them. So now I'm going to hit it with some salt and pepper, and it's to taste, so put as much or as little as you want. A little pink Himalayan salt for me, but regular salt or kosher salt or some sea salt, any of that will work for you. Now if you had fresh dill, this is where you would just take your fresh dill sprigs and just lay those on the fish. But since I don't have that, I'm just going to sprinkle this freeze-dried dill on here. There we go. And now for the lemon. I think lemon goes great with fish. I like it on mine. And I'm going to use 2 lemons for this, and I'm going to do them a couple different ways. I'm going to take 1 lemon and we're just going to zest it right on over the fish, just like that. Don't forget all the stuff that's stuck in your zester. Get all that out of there. Alright, now the lemon that I just zested, since I took all the zest off, I'm just going to cut this lemon in half. So I'm going to have it, and I'm just going to put both halves right here on the tray with the fish, and I'm just going to put it on the smoker with it. Then when we take the fish off, the lemons will be a little bit smoky. They'll be really soft. We'll get a lot of juice out of them to juice on the fish once we're ready to eat it. Now the other lemon, I'm going to cut that one. I'm going to cut it into slices like that. Then I make a slice from the center out to one side. I'm going to open it up like that. I'm going to give it a little twist and just lay it on my fish just like that. So real easy. Again, slice from the center to the outside. Kind of just open it up at those little segments like that. Little twist. And lay it right on there. Alright, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So our fish has been oiled and seasoned. Now it's time to get it on the smoker. So I'll go put it on there, and then in about 20 minutes or so, we'll check on it and see where we're at. Alright, 20 minutes in. We're not quite done, but we're getting there. So here at the tail end, we should see the meat separate from the skin, and we're not seeing that. So we'll give it a few more minutes and check back on it. Alright, it's been another 10 minutes and now we're done. You can see there's some browning along the edge down there. The lemons are getting some brown on them. And we'll just check it with a fork. Oh yeah. It just flakes right off of there. We are done. Alright, how good was that? Simple, quick, and now usually I take these lemons and I'll take them off. They've given everything they've got to give. And then we'll take one of our other lemon halves and just barely touching, you can already see all the juice that's coming out of there. Now usually I don't do this, I don't squeeze it over the whole piece like that. Usually I'll just take these lemons, I'll leave them on the dish where I'm going to serve this, that way anyone that takes some fish, if they want to add the lemon, they can pick it up and they can squeeze it on their own. But I just want to show you this just so you can see how juicy those lemons are. A little bit smoky. It adds a lot of flavor to this, so it's really good. And how good? I'll show you how good. Perfect. Realistically, it's hard to mess up fish unless you left it in there so long that you burn it to a crisp, or if you pull it off too early and you eat it before it's fully cooked. But you would know. You know, it won't flake. I showed you with a fork out there how it flakes apart. You wouldn't be able to get a piece of fish that easy. So just let it cook till you're doneness. Now this one, it didn't separate from the skin. Sometimes it will, so this one didn't. But like I say, you just kind of flake a little bit like that. And that's when you know you're done. I could probably eat this whole thing myself. So simple to do, just a quick, easy version of some salmon. So if you don't want to get fancy with lots of other things that people do, you know, different rubs and this and that. Just a simple salmon, but it's really, really good. So give it a try. I think you'll enjoy it. If you try it out, let me know what you think. I know you can do it. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.